15.
Waluigi is 38 years old.
What? He's older. He's almost Mario's age, and he's trying to beat up his little brother.
Is the copy. This is like the Bart Hugo episode where it's like, no, you're the evil twin. Like,
so what that means is
forever.
There was a period of time, like 10 or so years, that he was his own person, and then Luigi was born. And he's like, I'm going to be exactly whatever this kid is going to be now. Wow.
Welcome to Oops All Segments, the best podcast hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I am one of your hosts, Kevin.
I'm your other host, Thomas, and today we are here with special guest, returning guest of the podcast, Luke Cecelon. You've been on about 5 or 6 episodes now. None of them memorable, but we are glad to give it the old college try once again.
Yep, nothing like doing a 4th or 5th attempt at something to really set in that you can't do it.
Yeah. You're sort of our Malcolm Gladwell 10,000 hours guest. Eventually, you're going to get good at this.
I like to think of our relationship with Luke on the show like some of my failed relationships in the past, where you kind of keep trying at the end, even though you know that the inevitability is coming and that it is going off the rails, but you keep kind of reconnecting. So hopefully this is one of those like fun hangouts where we all kind of end copacetically.
Having Luke on the podcast is like buying like a room at the Ritz-Carlton, getting some champagne, and then ending up fighting all night instead of having sex.
Oh my God! That's the intro, right? That's how that's the energy we're bringing into this. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's fun.
I'm just reading the copy that you gave us.
Yeah, so, this is your bio. This is the bio that you sent us.
I just want everyone to really know what it feels like. That's
all. We usually do start the show off with a check-in. Luke, how are you doing?
Oh man, I'm all over the place. Like I update you guys all the time, but like this week particularly has been rough, where I had dates that I thought were going well, and then they like just stopped altogether. I like fell off my bike because my lock fell off the bike and just got tangled in the wheels.
Right.
And then I dropped this hot dog that I really wanted to have. That was probably the worst part, I'd have to say.
Don't tell Kim that. It would break her heart so much to learn that.
If you dropped the hot dog while riding the bike, and that's what got in between the spokes and caused you to crash, that would have been worse. But at least.
And the person I was like seeing saw that, and they're like, "Oh, absolutely not."
Yeah, because of this, we shan't be dating again. I mean, I'm sorry, man. You said you're all over the place, but all the stories you gave us were negative. So,
I'm a big fan of Full Metal Alchemist, and they preach equivalent exchange. So all these bad things happened, and then you guys were like, "Do the podcast," and I was like, "This makes sense."
Ooh, that's putting a lot of pressure on this next.
Yeah, we shouldn't have opened so mean. Now that I'm hearing it's been a bit of a low week. And
it's just because we kind of started off with that negative energy, right? So it's going to be hard to like spin it now. It's fine. We'll try.
We're still kind of a little bit on edge since like the Steve episode and the Bailey episode. Like lately there have been some real like antagonists on the pod, and so we're trying to kind of put up our haunches and defend ourselves a little bit more.
Well, if you remember, Thomas, when I sort of pitched Luke being on the show, I texted you and I'd said, I think we need a friend. I think we need a safe space, somebody that we can trust, somebody that's not going to... Yeah.
We're softballing ourselves by tossing Luke in here.
Yeah.
We're not going to have to do too much work for this one, and we won't be doing that.
Yeah.
Kevin, how are you?
Me, man, I am officially, boys, I'm old. I'm old as fuck.
What
and
happened?
I will tell you, I got a motherfucking hernia, baby. I am rocking a hernia. Yeah, that's right. I fucking lifted up a crate of soft serve at work, and I gave myself a hernia. So yeah,
shit.
I'm old now, man. I figured that out. Honestly, I didn't realize that's what it was for a little while. I just thought I'd pull the muscle or something. And then Kara's dad is dealing with this, and then it sounded really familiar, and then I started checking it out, and it's like, oh yeah. So that's what we're rocking right now. So that's news in my life.
Are you
I feel
in excruciating pain?
No. It's very minor. It's very minor. Like I'm very much fine. And
it's like when they say the heart attack was like a minor heart attack, so like there's no real consequence.
Yeah.
To that.
No, I mean I'll get it looked at and stuff, and I'm going to the doctor this week. So, but it's it feels like I've officially, it's like my first, I don't like break bones or like injure myself that often because I don't do that much except for go to work and go home. And like I cut myself a lot at work, but that's about it, just because I'm sad about it. The
Yikes.
Yeah, that not landing really, really left. I said softball, I said safe space, and now
it's just I'm in training to be a counselor, so I have to take those kind of threats seriously now.
Right, but okay.
And yet you still haven't checked in on Kevin if he's doing better after that.
Yeah. In some
just has
cases,
to take it seriously.
It is better to end contact for liability purposes.
Wait, what? No, dude. Yeah, no. But I pulled. Yeah. How are you?
Would you say like Rihanna, fave of the pod, that you've got dyshernia?
Keep going.
Oh, man.
Bum bum be dum bum. Where did he go?
I think he didn't like your bit at all.
They suggest that, trying to use humor to diffuse situations, and it really didn't pay off here.
Are there examples of that? Like when they have that in the textbook, does it say use jokes like this?
No, in fact, they don't have it in the textbook at all.
Okay.
And it shouldn't be done, as this proves. I'm going to check in with myself while Kevin is gone.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm bad.
Oh, good.
Okay, I'm back now.
He was just making sure I wasn't doing good either. Like, as long as we're all suffering, it's fine.
We suck.
Well, I can't remember if I brought this up on the show, but I also injured myself. I'm also old.
Yeah.
I sort of sprained my ankle a couple weeks ago for just no reason, like just doing a show.
Did you do
Getting better.
During the drunk show you did it?
Yeah, during my drunk St. Patrick's Day show.
Right,
but
where you were
my
already
check-in
ill.
is even more humiliating than that, because I had an audition today and I met some people there and they asked what I was doing after, and I said, I'm recording a podcast. And they asked a little bit about it, and one of the things I told them was that we had a kind of big TikTok star as a guest, and the name that I gave them was Austin Butler, star of the film Elvis.
A kind of big TikTok star, Austin Butler. I think he was just at the Academy Awards. I'm pretty sure he was just nominated for Best Actor.
That's right. And they caught it right away, and I was like, yep. So clearly I don't have that close of an eye on like what the podcast is, who's on it, but would have been a big get, and maybe future guest Austin Butler. Let's get him on here.
Shout out to Austin Butler, man. Come on the show. He
still does the voice, even off camera. I've heard he does it permanently now.
He just does it all the time. I don't know if that's what he sounds like. I can't remember.
Ain't nothing but a hernia, crying all the time.
I know for sure my mom listens to this show, and I'm not going to tell her now, so that this is the first time that she hears it, is that I have this thing, and it's genuinely not a big deal, Mom, so don't worry.
This is how you really reveal any important information about your life. Like, if somebody wants to know how you're doing, well, you better listen to the last episode
I have
of the
a hernia.
podcast.
I am moving to Wisconsin, and I also I have discovered that I'm going back to my Trinidadian roots and becoming a roti maker. Luke, your camera is frozen as fuck.
Damn.
No, but we're gonna have to stick with it. And
Yeah.
as I said before, I do like it. It's like a fun.
Jesus
We're
Christ,
gonna
my
check
face.
in with the Luke picture from time to time as we do our segments.
Maybe if I
and
remove
see-
him from the stream and add him like this. Hold on. Don't do anything, Luke.
I'm never doing anything.
Okay, well now you're just a black screen.
That's the
which
black
is actually
screen, which actually not necessarily a downgrade here. There's something mysterious about this. Okay, we've got Luke
Secret
on the
guest.
We're gonna just keep adding and subtracting him as we maybe spin the wheel for a warm-up segment.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Let's get started.
Let's go.
Woo!
What do we got?
Pretty sure we've had this one before. The year of my birth, 91.
91. We have. We've had it twice. Thomas, 91 is Call Heather.
Oh no! Every time I say the year of my
Goddamn.
birth and I forget about the Heather call, which last time we did a call, it was to Luke because Heather didn't pick up. So now Luke gets to be in on the call.
And that was awful. That was an awful. Like on my side, I was like, man, these are good answers. These are good stuff. I listened back to the episode, and it was absolute trash. It was like listening someone talking to a garbage bag and then never coming out.
That was definitely not your fault, but still, it did reflect poorly on you.
So
You know, like-
now, last time we did this, it didn't work out super well when we called my friend Heather Roberts because there was just a quality issue and things like that. Thomas, do either of you have another Heather? I can call Heather. We can call Heather again.
Let me look at my phone, see if I've got any Heathers.
I just don't want to. I don't want to burden Heather with
Call
another.
Heather Stephenson.
That would work. There we go.
I don't have
the
any
old
Heathers in my
premier of
phone.
Manitoba.
I would love to.
Oh wait,
ask
she's the
that-
current
them
premier of
questions.
Manitoba. Yeah,
In some views, I suppose you could say that.
not my premier hashtag.
Why don't we just talk about Heather?
Yeah,
Let's call out Heather.
let's call out Heather Roberts.
Let's call in Heather.
Let's call her in. Well,
Luke, what's your impression of Heather Roberts?
you know
Oh,
her
fuck.
the least out of the three of us.
Yeah. She's super cool.
Yeah.
My fondest memory and kind of most recent memory was after we did we weren't in Fringe together, but we had back-to-back shows at Fringe.
Yeah.
I would just ask her to braid my hair and she would do it, and she would do all these cool, intricate. I'm gesturing,
Yeah.
but no one can see my goddamn video because it's frozen again.
You look so happy though.
Well, yeah,
It is frozen on the happiest
yeah,
face.
we'll keep that. We'll keep that. She's my feeling is if you were growing up, she would be the cool aunt that takes you to places, knows the secret fast food place that you're not allowed to go to.
The secret fast food place you're not allowed to go to. What
Yes.
cool aunts did you have when you were growing up?
I didn't, but I envision that is what it would feel like.
Right.
Hey kid, ever heard of Burger King? I'm scared. But yeah, Heather's got a very appealing energy. It's funny that we've never had her on the podcast.
only in bad video calls. We should have Heather on as a guest.
It really would make sense.
We should have Heather on. Maybe we'll have her on when she's here in Winnipeg because she's doing a show with me soon.
That's true. Oh yeah, we can do a half live episode. In fact, maybe a fully live. If
you might be here too. So yeah. But yeah. So we could maybe do a full little show.
Heather and I have played incestual siblings in a play called The House of Yes, which was a funny experience.
That was a great
play.
show. I was your uncle in that show? No, your brother. I was your brother as well.
But
nobody fucked me.
Well, actually, they did, Kevin, if you remember.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
My girlfriend in the show.
I fucked your girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But there's a lot of sex in the play. But what's fun is that Heather's character and I reenact the JFK assassination as part of our sexual ritual, which, if you haven't seen that show, that's enticing, right? Don't you want to go read it now? Like, wow.
Yeah. Wendy McLeod, man. Cousin of Fox McCloud. Amazing author.
What?
Yeah, there's this crazy scene where the Jackie character tells me to do a barrel roll. Kevin, what do you remember about old Heather?
Old Heather. I most recently saw Heather. Kara and I went down to Vancouver last year to go to a live show, a live NADPod show, not another D&D podcast show. And while we were there, we visited Heather and Ian, her partner, and we hung out with them. And Heather and Ian went with us to this cafe where you can. It's a public cafe where you can smoke weed in the cafe, and they serve you like things that have weed in them, and it's called the New Amsterdam Cafe, and it's got all of this very much like stoner aesthetic. The ceiling's all painted very like, with all of these like astral kind of celestial things. And it's really cool. But I just remember walking through downtown Vancouver with Heather being remarkably high. And Heather like trying to find a really specific building and like describing it to Ian and getting like frustrated that he couldn't help her find where it was. She's like, no, Ian, it's this place. It looks like this. It's got the 2 streets on the side of it. And he's like, Heather, you're standing there right now. And then she like turned around and she was right in front of it. It was very funny.
It was a Burger King. Ant mode.
I want to have it my way. So yeah, that's
Heather, baby.
Heather. That's Heather. That was our warm-up segment. Call in Heather, because we don't need to listen to the Facebook sound of ringing a call and then the bad audio of me trying to patch it in.
So true.
I think we want to just give these folks a bit of a breather to hear about somebody else's work for a second, and then I think we can spin our way back. So we've only been recording for a little bit, but let's kick it over to this little brief ad break, if that's cool with you, T. And it looks like Luke's camera has suddenly started working.
Luke's back,
again.
baby.
So when we return, he's got 2 angles. Luke has got what is happening? We'll be back with 2-angle Luke after this.
What a name.
Webster's Dictionary defines podcast as a domesticated, odd-toed, hoofed mammal with a great affinity for oats.
That's a horse.
Oh, right.
But we are a podcast, and we're called Roommate Lovers.
We do advice questions such as, why is my roommate using my toothbrush?
How do I flirt without being creepy?
Why are you using my toothbrush?
I told you, I just couldn't find mine that day.
Gross.
We live together and are together, which is why we call the show Roommate Lovers.
We're roommate and lover. We're roommates and lovers.
Well said.
Gross. Find new episodes of Roommate Lovers on Mondays wherever you podcast.
Now that's a podcast of a different color.
You mean horse?
Yes, of course.
And we are back. Now, Luke, you were a last-minute guest ask, in the sense that we didn't give you much time. No, I just mean you didn't get much time to prepare, though. I was like, hey, do you want to do the show tomorrow, right? I don't hey, man, all right?
I get it. No one else was free today, and you were panicking, so you're like, we'll get old 2-angle Luke just to get sitting on.
Yeah, 2-angle Luke. And so I don't know if you have a segment for us or not.
I do.
Whoa, you prepped a segment.
I like that. How impressive that makes you respond.
I am, because last night you invited me to play video games with you and Thomas, so I said no, and I was like, because I was busy, and then so I just assumed you'd be too busy, because it's not like it's that late in the day. I just was like, there's no way Luke's gonna have a segment ready. So okay.
Yeah, I'm ready. It's remarkable how applicable it is to the content we've already discussed. So like.
And what is it?
Is it Call Heather again?
Yeah, it's called Call Heather again. The again is in the title.
Yeah, what's the title of your segment?
Oh shit!
Unless you want to tell us what it is first and then tell us the title.
Yeah,
tell us about your segment.
I didn't make a title for it. It's gonna be the title is gonna be called "How Old Are They?"
Okay.
Oh wow, that does fit.
Okay, how old are they?
So I recently listened to some random stand-up person. You know how you go on Facebook or Instagram and it just feeds you random videos that are short. And I watched this and I can't remember the name of the guy, which I feel bad about. But he had a bit that caught my attention about the different ages of traditional cartoon characters. And he was just trying to point out stuff. And then I just went to dig around into more, and I was like, oh shit, there's some funky ages. So what I want to do is ask you guys questions. How old you
ages? Sorry.
I'll ask you like how old you think certain characters are, and then I'm sure that will yield a response of some kind.
This is great. Are you going to tell us the real answer, or are we just guessing?
You're gonna guess, and then I will tell you the real
Great.
answer.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, man. Who to start? Someone simple. Okay, Fred Flintstone.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
How old would you guess Fred
Okay.
Flintstone is?
He's got 2 kids, but they're
Two
pretty
kids.
young.
They are quite young. He's still working pretty regularly. He's got a 9 to 5, right?
I think he has one kid.
No, Bam Bam.
Oh
and
no,
Pebbles.
you're right. That's Barney's kid.
Barney,
They just hang
yeah.
out all the time.
Oh, right.
So only one kid. I think maybe early 30. I'm gonna guess he's my age, 31 years old.
You think you're the same age as Fred motherfucking Flintstone?
That's
Are you
right.
crazy? No way, man. I think
And
Fred.
if you don't agree with me, you can break rocks like Fred.
Whoa. Hey, cool it, okay? Cool it. Ice Age up in this bitch. Fred Flintstone, I think probably. I think he waited a while to get. I think he was a career-focused man for a long time.
Keep in mind the life expectancy in the prehistoric period.
which
They're
is
not
what?
living that long.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
you're
just very bad.
But I think that's because, like, in the real prehistoric period, like these guys, they could get eaten by dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Yep.
one day they're just licking rocks, other day, T-Rex ate him. He's gone.
Exactly. But in the Flintstones, Thomas, dinosaurs, like, they're like equipment, right? So I'm thinking
Yep.
Fred Flintstone, I'm going to give him a 40. I'm going to put him right at 40. Bam.
Wow.
Fred Flintstone is 44.
Motherfuckers
Whoa.
say what?
Yeah.
Yabba dabba don't.
Don't. One of the complaints when I was looking up some of this info was that the life expectancy is a little too high, given
That's crazy.
that they're cavemen.
Yeah.
So it's
He's
like
having
that's,
a geriatric pregnancy with Wilma? Like, what the hell is going on?
Honestly, though, like, how old is Wilma?
there we go.
Yeah,
I have that answer.
Is Wilma
So-
like? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, because is she way younger than
Wilma can get it, though, right? Like,
Honestly, dude, Wilma is the original thoughty with a body.
original, solid. Yeah. What are you feeling, boys?
who we talking
Kevin-
about, Wilma?
Yeah, Kevin, you go first this time.
I think that the Flintstones was made in a. Do we know when the Flintstones was like created?
Like I think 80s,
The 80s. So like, yeah.
maybe even sooner.
So probably some like bad like misogynistic energy in terms of like approaches to age differences and stuff like that. And I think that Wilma's probably going to be like, if Fred is canon 44, you said,
Yeah.
I think Wilma is going to be like 32.
Fred has maybe like 2 more years of running to move his car to work. Like, there's no way he can keep that up in his mid 40s. Yeah, I think
Well,
Wilma
yeah, your
is
knees, right?
Wilma
Like,
is an 18-year-old girl. Is my guess.
Wilma's just graduated.
That makes a lot of sense, Thomas. But no, 43.
Nice.
Wilma
Hey.
is like respectably up there.
Damn.
Okay,
So she
well,
looks amazing for her age too. I mean,
I feel
Wilma
bad
has-
if on the off chance any of you listeners are one of the contributing writers to the creation of the Flintstones. I feel bad for throwing shade at you for the fact that I've just been thirsty for Wilma forever, and I want her to be
Yeah,
closer
I
in
need
age
her to be young.
Well, let's jump forward in time and go to the Jetson family. So,
Fascinating.
they should be more progressive, right? That's
Well,
that's what
they do live in like a techno-fascist reality, I think.
Yeah, probably. So I have the ages of George, Jane, and Judy. Jane's the wife. Judy's the daughter.
Judy also a highly sexualized cartoon character.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, is
Absolutely.
Judy like a teenage girl?
Yeah.
Kind of? Yeah. Okay.
And then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I think just for fun,
I never
because
really
it's the
watched the
future,
Jetsons.
I think George Jetson is like 85 years old. The medicine is so good you can't even tell.
He's just rubbing this like weird like human fetus cream on his face every day. I'm 85.
Kevin, how do you feel about George?
Georgie Jets, eh? How do I feel about Big Georgie Jets? I think Big Georgie Jets is 44. I think that they're sticking. They're like they got a formula. Hanna-Barbera, which I believe are
That's
responsible
true.
for this.
They are kind of the same family again.
Yeah.
George Jetson is 40 years old.
40. Oh, there you go.
Yep, so
I do think that like it's neat that they copied like all the characters over for the Jetsons from the Flintstones. So you've got your like middle-aged dad and your middle-aged wife, and then you've got like your sex symbol, like you've got the teenage girl, and in the Flintstones you've got Dino, and I think that's really cool. Yeah,
Dino looked good, man. I want to shoot my meteor at that guy and make him go extinct.
Jesus Christ.
Meteor.
So wait, so in this reality, George, who has a like teenage daughter, is 40. So he became a dad way earlier than Fred, who waited. Like they don't have much to do. They're like swinging bones and like
right. But that's this is the future though. Luke is saying that in the future there's more progress. So George, they can start a family earlier. They can
have more support.
I think this suggests that he's a traditional Catholic family.
He's a fascist. I said that. George
but they conceived their daughter as soon as they got married.
Yeah, George Jetson's got big Mormon energy. Have you seen how he dresses? Like
that's true.
Holy, How
about his boy Elroy? Huh?
You know what? I didn't even look at Elroy's age because I was more interested in the Jane-Judy combo going there.
Yeah, I bet you were, Luke.
Watching Jesus.
His boy Elroy and her girl Friday, or his girl Friday, I think. Is his girl Friday a horse? What is that?
His Girl Friday is a reference to, it's a 1940s movie about newspaper with Cary Grant in it.
Okay.
It's like a screwball comedy, but it's a reference to Robinson Crusoe.
Oh,
cool.
Fuck.
And no one's impressed that I knew that. They just we're just gonna move on. Like pulled out all the stops for you guys. You seemed interested.
I just didn't know like what in Robinson Crusoe was referencing.
Well, it's a little problematic to describe, but he does have a like first mate kind of on the island named Friday. It's his man Friday, and then they swapped it for the movie His Girl Friday.
I see. There's a whole that's too bad. Really sad that you said that.
So we're gonna blaze through Jane and Judy.
Jane is yeah. I feel like he's 40. He's got to be a year younger. I think 39.
Kevin,
37, and I think the teenager is 15.
I think the teenager is 16.
The teenager Judy is 15. Jane is 30.
You gotta have a 16-year-old birthday episode. That's why.
Jane is 33 years old.
Oh shit!
Quite a bit younger.
Yeah, so like a 7-year age gap. That's not.
So wait. So she did give birth when she was 18. I was right.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So that's like the premise of the stand-up's bit. How like the difference between George and Jane is like fine, it happens. But like when they first like had sex and then had a kid.
Yeah.
Also like that means giving birth at 18 meant that you had to do it when she was 17. And he was like 25 or something.
Does she have a job in the Jetsons, or is she just like not just,
future
but is she
housewife?
A housewife?
I think she's just that. So
even though what is George's job in the Jetsons?
He works at like a factory office place where he gets yelled at.
His job is just to be a worker. His job is just generally like being.
Well, I'm gonna go to the job factory where I work.
I'm just gonna go be under someone else.
Put in a few hours at the labor mill.
I'll just be someone's subject, I guess.
That's probably the most accurate part of futuristic work. Like, there's no more work that needs to be done, so you just go do a vague office job that has no content.
Someone else is in charge of you, and they also don't really know what they're doing, but they exercise their authority. That I think does happen in our society already.
Oh yeah, like robots do everything, yet you still have to put 8 hours of work 5 days a week,
Oh,
even
yeah.
in the future.
Yeah.
I got one more group I want to get to. I realize I have
Great.
like way too many ages for things, but now within the world of Super Mario, because the movie just came out, I got thinking
sure.
about theirs. How old
Let's
would you
go.
say Mario is?
Okay.
God damn, I screamed.
Childless single man.
Spends a lot of time with his brother.
Oh yeah.
have a company
working
together.
class.
Mustachioed,
I mean-
so he's definitely over 18.
I think Mario's in his early 30s. I think like he's a 32-year-old guy.
I think that's probably true. And hey, Luke's camera's back.
I don't know why it's being, yeah.
I think Mario, much like Christ, is 33 years old.
Mario is 42 years old.
42?
Whoa.
He's seen some shit. Is
He's
Luigi
got
his younger
ups,
brother or
too.
his older
like
brother?
the man can jump.
Yeah.
So, like-
42-year-old.
Because it's video game stuff, there's like mad debate over
Sure.
where do you count it, where do you start. I went over a list. There might be some inaccuracies, but this is some generally agreed on stuff.
Yeah.
How old do you think Luigi is?
Well, I think Luigi's younger than Mario, right?
Yeah, and they're brothers.
Mario's got older brother energy. I think
He
Luigi's
acts younger for sure.
I think he's like
a
if Mario. You
scaredy
said
cat.
Mario is 43,
42.
42. I think that Luigi's 37.
I think Luigi is 17.
What?
Thomas is way closer than you, Kevin.
Fuck off! There's no way they're like 20 years apart. That's
Luigi
fucking-
is apparently 22 years old.
That's insane. That doesn't make any
Whoa.
sense.
Which,
So
if
Luigi
you
was an
if you watch it-
accident for sure.
like the live action with, is it Bob Hopkins as Mario
Yeah,
and
yeah. John
uh,
Leguizamo.
Hoskins, yeah.
like they have a pretty big age
I mean,
gap.
honestly,
so-
John Leguizamo looks like he could be his fucking kid in that movie. So
Yeah.
I mean, but Jesus, 44 and 24,
22.
22, just 22 years age difference. That's ridiculous. He's lived an entire Luigi above a Luigi.
He has one life up on him.
You
Yeah,
gotta
he's
give
got a whole
Luigi
extra
some-
life.
Yeah, that's great. You got to give Luigi some credit because he's basically Mario's equal, maybe even better at jumping in some ways.
Yeah.
And like,
But he's younger.
he is-
He's more limber.
Imagine in 20 years how incredible Luigi will be at platforming when he finally
Yeah.
catches up.
Is
How
there-
many mansions he's gonna purify?
Yeah.
by then.
Is there as similar an age difference between Wario and Waluigi?
Oh,
is
shit.
Wario 44
I have no idea.
And Waluigi 22?
I'm gonna look that
Well,
up.
Wario,
because
I
they-
think, has to be minimum 50 years old. Like, there's no way. He just has the
He has the
energy of,
gas,
like Danny
the gas of
DeVito
a 50-plus-year-old
in-
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! No.
What?
Again, it depends because they have different games in there. But
Yeah.
Wario is 29.
No. He's just tormenting this 44-year-old man.
Okay, and now
Wario
Waluigi.
He's
runs
younger
a
than
video
us.
game app
Wario is
development
younger
company.
than us.
Yeah, he's honestly an entrepreneur of himself, though. Like he creates so many businesses.
And just to top it off, like Waluigi. So Mario is 42, Luigi is 22, Wario is 29, Waluigi.
Rather than guessing the number, let's guess where in the family ranking he goes.
Yeah.
Like, is he the
I think
youngest?
Waluigi is the
oldest?
youngest.
Okay, he's got that incredible. He likes to like put a rose in his mouth, which to me
What?
suggests that
Oh, there's some
in,
romantic, like older Gomez.
yeah, there's
energy.
something almost ancient about Waluigi. He's always been here.
I believe him to be a nothing man. So yeah.
Yeah. So what you'd say is the youngest? I think he is, yeah, older than Luigi somehow. Even though he must be younger than Luigi because he is based off of Luigi.
Right? Like,
so
you know.
therefore, you're right. Yeah, he has to be.
He has
he's
to be the
like
youngest, I
he's the
think.
same age as Judy. 15.
You think he's 15?
Waluigi is 38 years old.
He's older. He's almost Mario's age, and he's trying to beat up his little brother.
Is the copy. This is like the Bart Hugo episode where it's like, no,
Yeah.
you're the evil twin. Like,
So what that
Waluigi's
means
been around
is-
forever.
There was a period of time, like 10 or so years, that he was his own person, and then Luigi was born, and he's like, I'm going to be exactly whatever this kid is going to be now.
Wow, just like going around And then
What
Mario's,
was he
like,
before?
Mario's fighting Wario and Waluigi and like trying to fight them off, and then suddenly he has a brother who looks identical. Wait! Oh my god! Waluigi is Luigi's dad.
Yeah,
That's what it has to be. So Mario,
Holy
like
shit.
Mario's mom, Mrs. Mario, must have cheated with Waluigi, gave birth to Luigi. Oh,
Yeah,
man,
Luigi
we
and
just
Mario are
wide
stepbrothers.
open.
That's why it's not weird that they're called the Mario brothers, because their last name isn't Mario. It's not. They don't talk about their last name. It's a touchy subject.
And can I say, like, looking this up, there's the quick, brief list of info on Waluigi. And the first thing listed is he's born in Los Angeles.
Honestly, that tracks. The worst fucking city on earth. I hate that place.
And like what? Like what?
And he's known for cheating. Like, that is in...
Sure, yeah.
Waluigi
Yeah. Evidently,
is a
he's known for
playboy.
cheating. Yeah.
Yeah. 10-year-old Waluigi goes
God
down
damn.
to Brooklyn, meets Mario's mother, and is like, "What's up?"
And that worked.
Yeah.
And I think Mario's mom must have died in childbirth because we never hear about their parents. So Luigi
Never.
took her out. Like, get a long, lanky
Oh.
fucking vacuum cleaner boy coming out of your cooch. Like, you're done for.
Jesus.
That sounded.
And that's the segment. That's the whole segment.
That was a great segment, Luke. I feel
was
like I've been
beautiful, Luke.
enlightened.
Yeah.
I do think that we did figure out some serious Mario lore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Should we
should
spin the
try
wheel
to-
one more time, Thomas?
Yeah, we should do one more. This might be a little shorter than we sometimes do because we've got another one coming up that we're recording very soon.
Yes.
But let's spin that wheel. Here we go. Woo! $39.
39. I was busy doing gestures, so I couldn't see where we were. 39.
You know what I was thinking, Kevin?
What?
I should say the title, not the number, because the number doesn't mean anything to them, right? I should just pull up our list
Yeah.
and say, like, that would be so much better than the way we've done it
100%,
every other
yeah.
episode.
Yeah. You know what? It's episode, what is it, 22 now or 23 or some shit? Let's change
The
the
same
game.
age as Luigi?
Holy shit.
Because also, like, you say something like, what was the number for Heather call? 91?
91.
91, yeah.
So every time you're like, oh, 91, I wonder what it is.
Yeah, yeah. You know what?
From now
It's time-
on,
Yeah.
and by that I mean starting in the episode that's going to probably come out before this one, which we're recording right after this, we're going to start saying the title.
Right, yeah,
So
things
I
are gonna
said
be out of order and
39,
everything.
but it's actually Mark's Memories.
Mark's memories.
Participants
do I read
should
the- okay,
review their Facebook memories and discuss.
Okay,
So
Facebook memories.
pull up your like today memories. Let's see
Yeah.
what comes up for us.
We're all I'm sticking on the topic of being old motherfuckers. We all are like have enough Facebook memories and used Facebook enough in the past that this is, you know, this is grounds for something. I think we've gotten this one before, haven't we?
Yeah, we've done something like this before.
Yeah.
Um,
2 years ago we did an improv show.
Yeah, we were
the
live
three of
as
us
Club
were
Soda
in-
Improv.
because online. Yeah, we did the description is come watch a show that has nothing to do with Frasier.
Right.
I have a pretty divisive status from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, it's a little offensive, so maybe I shouldn't read it, but
So that's what you're gonna say is just that you had an offensive status 2 years ago.
it's not offensive. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
But I can't open it for some reason. It's like not letting me open the whole thing. But
you'll
it
probably
was,
go through the NSA database.
I made an essential list. Okay, got it. There are 119 comments. That's how you know it was divisive.
Whoa!
But I made the essential item from every fast food chain, permanent menu items only.
Okay.
And I'm going
Okay.
to read it and see if you
Yeah.
guys have any strong disagreements.
this is-
I think it's
this
a
is
pretty
big.
good list.
This is fucking big.
McDonald's, French fries.
Okay. Yep. 100%.
Wendy's. This one's probably the least agreeable, but I feel it strongly. The Frosty. It's their unique thing. No one else has it. It fucking rules. Popeye's spicy chicken sandwich, of course, although it's a more of a
Yes.
new item. I think it really
It's
changed
still-
the game.
Yeah. It
The
did.
Burger King double stacker. That's what I like to get there. I think it's got that special sauce. It's great.
Did Heather
Taco
show you
Bell.
that?
No, I found it all on my own.
Okay.
Only
TB.
Luke needs an ant to guide him.
To the BK
Taco
way.
Bell Cheesy Gordita Crunch.
Oh yeah.
That one is like iconic. KFC Canada Spicy Big Crunch Sandwich. I've always liked that. I'm a
Never
spicy
had that.
chicken sandwich guy. A&W Canada, the Matzo Burger. Subway, the meatball sub.
Okay. Is that still on the offer? I don't go to Subway.
Yeah,
that
oh
often.
yeah. Oh yeah. Sundays is the sub day.
Oh shit.
Arby's. This is a newer item. The classic Euro, I think, is the best thing on the menu.
I think we just confirmed that we're getting an Arby's back in Winnipeg very recently.
Hell yeah. Oh man,
Yeah.
Arby's is so fucking good.
We're getting
It
an Arby's
was-
and we're also getting a Krispy Kreme. Both of those are coming to Winnipeg.
Right.
Yeah, the Krispy Kreme is a little sweet for me, but Arby's is so good. And then the last one is the Dairy Queen, the peanut butter parfait.
Okay.
Thoughts, disagreements?
I think you've got a pretty good comprehensive list there, my friend. I'm going to disagree with you on the Wendy's, but only because I don't know. I'm not a huge Frosty guy. I like the Frosty well enough, but to me it's just soft serve with a little bit of a twist. And I prefer the junior bacon cheeseburger from Wendy's, even though it's not a big fancy burger. I just think like when it's like 2:00 in the morning and you want the taste of like a kind of somewhat freshly made-ish burger, I think, and you don't have to pay very much for it. There's something very satisfying about that. I also, though I like the matzo burger from A&W, and I think it is probably the best main burger they have, I have to say that their breakfast bacon and egger is something I order
That one is
more
really
often.
good.
I order it more often than I order their matzo burger. Now I don't know if
They've got
that
a
counts
great
because it's not on
breakfast
like the
sandwich.
main menu because it's a breakfast menu, but still, yeah.
I think that could count. That's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah, that's where
The spicy chicken does sound really good. I feel like this is like something I'm on the outs of because I feel like you guys talk about fast food often because you have it all the time, and I have the hardest time buying food for myself. So like, I will get fast food once, twice a year. Really, I've been
What?
Like I just don't get food ever. And
It's
when I
that
move,
infrequently? I didn't realize that. Like when we
Well,
eat
what's-
fast food together, I didn't. Holy shit!
it's that's it. It's when we're together. That's
What's
when I
crazy
eat
about
it.
Luke is that he's the only person who thinks of this as a flaw. Like, I really
Yeah.
struggle to like buy
Well-
super unhealthy, cheap garbage food all the
Honestly,
time.
though,
Like,
real talk. Like I used to be very like I don't like fast food. Remember, like back when we were like hanging out back in the
Yeah,
day, like
we
you were a
did.
huge fast food guy. I would often be a little on the outs of fast food. As my life has gotten busier and busier and busier, and I have no time, I've grown a much deeper appreciation for the menus of the fast. But yeah, no. So I think like part of being in our friend group is that you kind of feel on the outs if you don't like eat a lot of processed chicken.
Well, something that I've realized about myself as like a human being is that I value a shared experience. So if I'm by myself, I will almost never go out to get something. I've been better since I've moved to Toronto because there's great stuff everywhere.
right.
But even when I moved down to Corridon, I was like, Corridon, I'm close to like the heart of a lot of food stuff. My goal was to at least go out once a week, and I couldn't even do that.
Well,
that's
I mean,
such
the pandemic
a good quality,
also
though. Like, it
and
really is.
also, Luke, it's genuinely kind of like very insightful to know that about yourself. Like to be like, oh, this is what motivates me to do things.
Same thing with movies. Like if I want to see a movie, if I don't have someone to see it with, I'll probably be like, well, I guess I'm probably just not gonna go, just because I value doing it with someone over the movie itself. Usually,
I think that I used to always feel that way, and then after the pandemic, I just was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna do the shit I want to do.
Seeing movies by yourself is kind of fun.
I love
you
it.
get to
I
just
kind of like it.
go and take it in your own way. Did you have a Facebook memory, Luke?
Oh yeah, fuck! It's
we
so
got off
awful.
on like Luke's Facebook memory is like all about how much he needs to be alone right now and how much he hates being around other people.
There's pictures of the last day of theater class, intro to theater at U of M, where this was my first like real intro to theater. I've done like a bit of drama in school, but it was never going to be something.
Yeah.
And the picture I have of me,
you can screen share.
Oh fuck! I don't know if I want. Yeah, I guess. Yep, that's gonna happen.
You could send it to me, and I can screen share if you want.
I will send it to you, Kevin, because it is going to. Yep, it's gonna be. God, what the hell is my Facebook thing? Yeah, it's the last day of theater. We're like celebrating, like doing stuff in the hallway of the school. You know, good old U of M.
Theater
Kevin,
kids in the. Oh my God, this photograph.
So I'll wait for you to share it.
Yeah,
and then I'll narrate my my present Luke thoughts over past Luke's life choices.
Okay, I'll pull it up here. Here it is, and then we'll go present, and we will go share screen, and we will go choose window, and we will select this window. Here it is, folks.
Okay.
So describe it for our listeners who aren't who aren't lucky enough to watch the video.
So my hair is a little longer and curlier. I have more of like a man bun thing presently, but this is just kind of untamed. I have some like slightly overgrown chin strap-esque
what
beard.
can only be described as a chinner.
Yeah. So like physically, I look unhappy or surprised that someone's taking a picture of me.
You look like you've pushed yourself into your own locker. Like,
yeah, you look like you're in the middle of being bullied by the person taking the photo.
Yeah, like I'm crouching down eating sushi. And physically,
the photo is taken from a higher angle.
Yeah,
and also consent. Wearing a short sleeve polo and a tie.
Yeah,
which is like a really interesting combo.
Like that's weird. I don't know why I would do that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a very logical set of clothes. And you have a tie on top of the polo collar.
Untied. It is. Yeah.
So presumably at some point you had a tied up tie over a polo, which is an interesting look.
Embarrassing, Kevin. You mean to say it's an embarrassing look?
Let's finish the episode by guessing how old Luke is in this picture.
Oh, beautiful game. Beautiful game. Okay, so I mean I'm gonna have to say, you know, the most fuckable age there is, and say 43. No, that was Wilma, right? No, I think Luke, you got to be 19.
Thomas,
I'm gonna guess. Well, he said intro to theater, but I don't know if he started with theater at U of M or if that came a bit later. So I'm gonna guess 21.
21 years is correct.
Nice.
Holy shit. Thomas knows you better than me.
15 years ago today. That is that was a guy. That was a person.
That's I really like the photo's great. It's a good Facebook
Was that your
memory
one
to
of
have.
2 times of buying food that year when you got that sushi?
And again, like because it was with theater people, it was less about the buying food and more about bonding with others then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And that's what our podcast is about at the end of the day, bonding with others and being really mean to them at the start.
We wanted this to be a safe space and a kind episode, and I think it was. So, Luke, thank you for bringing some warm energy.
This has been Oops All Segments. If you enjoyed the show, you can rate it on podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also promote it on social media. Go to bio.site/oopsallsegments to submit segments of your own and listen to our D&D podcast.
Actually,
in the basement.
Sorry. Don't go to bio.site/oopsallsegments. They fucked something up and they stopped making it free and they didn't tell anybody. So for months, Thomas, bio.site/oopsallsegments has not been our website for segment suggestions. In the podcast description, there's a link that you can follow to the Google form to submit podcast suggestions.
Follow the link and submit some segments.
We will get a new website up soon, folks. Thank you. Luke, thank you for spinning the wheel with us. This has been Oops All Segments.
I'm Luke.
Bye-bye.